Thank you for a kind acceptance, sir.
Mm,
Thank you, sir.
my pleasure.
Uh,
So Dash, yeah.
okay, sir.
Let me please, sir.
A very
Okay,
good morning.
let me please, sir.
Warm welcome
A very
to
good morning and warm welcome to Day 2 of 9th International Conference on Computers, Management and Mathematical Sciences, ICCM 2023, is jointly organized by Northeastern Regional Institute of Science and Technology, NERIST, Arunachal Pradesh, India, in collaboration with California State University, Center for Global Management, CSU, SB, USA, and Emlyon Business School, France. I'm Mr. PJ Prakash Rao, working as an assistant professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering at Lending Institute of Indian Technology in Visakhapatnam, India. Deemed it is a pleasure and privilege to introduce and read the profile of today's keynote speaker, Dr. Lalit Garg, sir, who is going to deliver expert talk on health intelligence through satellite data analytics and digital twins. Professor Lalit Garg is an associate professor in computer information systems at the University of Malta and an honorary lecturer at the University of Liverpool, UK. He has been a researcher at the Nanyang Technological University, Singapore, and Ulster University, UK. Professor Garg has supervised 200 plus master's dissertations, 2 DBA and 5 PhD theses, and published 150 plus high impact publications in referred journals, conferences, and books, and 16 edited books and 22 patents. He has delivered numerous keynote speeches, organized, chaired international conferences, and consulted countless public and private organizations for information systems implementation and management. His research interests are business intelligence, machine learning, data science, deep learning, cloud computing, mobile computing, the Internet of Things, information systems, management science, and their applications, mainly in healthcare and medical domains. He participates in many EU and locally funded projects, including a €1 million Erasmus capacity building project in higher education CBHE, titled Training for Medical Education via Innovative Technology, Meditech and Malta Council Science and Technologies
So I think
Space
something
Research Funds.
network
The
issue.
University of Malta has awarded him the 21-22 Research Excellence Award for exploring novel intelligent computing methods for healthcare requirements forecasting, allocation and management, NIC healthcare. So we have such an eminent and great expert speaker in among us. Let us welcome Lalit Garg sir to deliver today's expert talk. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. So how are you all? I hope you are doing great. You had a good breakfast and it's not too cold or too hot there, wherever you are, because this is the nice time of the year. We have a very pleasant weather. So let me share my slides and please confirm if you are able to see these. So are you able to see these? Are you able to see my slides?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, thank you. So well, this is Malta, where I'm based these days. Okay, although today I'm traveled to India. Okay, for some conferences like this one. Okay. So the topic of today's talk is health intelligence through satellite data analytics and digital twins. Well, if you ask anyone what is most important in life, what is the most precious thing in life? Can anyone answer? So it's life itself. So we are here. The first duty of all of us is to protect our longevity. Okay. And for that, we have to take care of our health. So that's why this is health. Well, there are various intelligent tools available we can utilize for improving health. So that's the topic health intelligence. And well, we will try to collect data from various sources, including satellite, and we will feed these data to digital twins, which we will discuss shortly. So digital twins are complex system. When we have lot of data, then it becomes a complex system. So what is a complex system? Well, multiple entities interacting with each other, and interaction results in change in the state of these entities. Now, if there are large number of entities, it is a challenge to understand what interaction is responsible for a particular change. If we know this well, then we can control that interaction to have a desired change. So you can see here, it's quite complex. So as our health, various factors affecting our health, we can take an example of complex system. My favorite example, a story of Della and James. They were in love, so love was in the air. They wanted to gift each other something, but unfortunately they were poor, and they realized their possessions, only possessions are for Della, her beautiful hair, and for James, her wristwatch. While Della was not having a hair clip, and James was having a her wristband, his wristband torn. So he wanted to replace this, and Della wanted to have a hair clip. But because they wanted to gift each other, so Della sold her hair, and James sold his wristwatch. And when they gifted to each other, you might realize the gift was not of use, because hair clip there was no hair. She has already sold, and for wristband there was no wristwatch. So what was wrong there? They were having data like, okay, what is needed by the other person and what they possess, but in reality that data was incomplete or there was something wrong. Well, let's see what is happening on other end. They were not aware. That's the problem. Okay. Although love was in the air, so this was a happy ending, but in practice it doesn't happen like that. Okay. Or if it repeats multiple times, then you can understand this might create a relationship problem, but many other problems. Okay. So how to solve this problem? Well, in this particular case, we can use human behavioral modeling. Okay, and then modeling the effects of others' behavior. So not just your own behavior, but others' behavior using game theory. And modeling cultural, social, economical, and financial and environmental effects. And among these most difficulties, modeling spontaneous changes in sentiments. So we might do sentiment analysis. Okay, and finally, we have to understand there is a difference between the reality and our perception. Our perception is based on our own experiences. It might be quite different than reality. Okay? So, in Holy Book of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, there is a famous sloka. Karmandevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachan ma karm phal hetu bhurm shango astri karmani. Well, that was telling about this story, or the reason behind all this happened long time back. So what it is saying is, because this is too complex relationship, we cannot guarantee the outcome is desired. So our duty is to do our work. Well, so since then, people are trying to find out various relationships so that they can control the changes and they can have the desired outcome of their deeds. Okay? And this intelligent system is one step in that direction. So we have to better understand the difference between perception and reality. Okay? So in artificial intelligence, because we are talking about intelligent system, there is a famous algorithm, or the first artificial algorithm, intelligence algorithm is called hill climbing, which is well explaining the complex system. So if you are at the very beginning of this tree, this hill, okay, there are, you can see, local maxima, global maxima, okay, and local minima and global minima. So if you are at the start of this, then you can only see local maxima, you can't see global maxima. So according to your perception, this might become a global maxima. When you walk little bit, reach local maxima, then you realize, oh, there is a valley. Again, you might perceive that valley is local minima. actually you will consider it as a global minima because of your perception. In reality, it's only local minima. So how to deal with that? Okay, because your decision will be wrong if you are not aware that there is a global maxima and you want to be on the top of the world. Then you might start here, and then here you might realize, oh, there is also another peak which is higher than this one, so I have to travel a lot. So your decision might be wrong. Okay, and similarly you might realize, okay, I am at the bottom of the earth, so at local minimum. But when you reach to global maxima, then only you will realize there might be a deeper place, so global minima. Okay, so you can understand your decisions will be wrong if you only see partially. Okay, so how to ensure your decisions are correct? Okay, you might collect this information from others, or first time you might try considering that your decision might be wrong, so not completely relying on your perception but considering reality might be different. Now here it looks quite basic, but it affects our life a lot. So here you can see here, this is 25th of, okay, it's starting from 23rd of February 2022, and this is 26th of February 2022. So what happened on between that? Okay, what is special about these dates? Well, the war between Russia and Ukraine, or whatever you call invasion or whatever, okay, or military exercise, whatever they call, okay, erupted. All right. So everything reacted to that, mostly the financial markets. So this is showing Nasdaq 100 index on that day. Okay, so war actually erupted at 6 a.m. on 24th of February. Okay, you can see before that, okay, market was quite high. Okay, at 4 p.m. 23rd of February, it started going down with the suspicion that war might erupt. Okay, then once war started, okay, for some time it was zigzag, but after that, it went up, and you can see it is higher than what it was before the war started, or even days before the war started. So in other sense, market was celebrating this war. War might affect badly, and it affected. We have already seen 1.5 year now. It affected badly everyone. Okay, but still market started celebrating. What is that? Why is that? So not only Nasdaq, Dow Jones, or any market you take, we started celebrating this war. Why? The reason was here they were perceiving, okay, there might be war, I don't know what might happen. So there was huge uncertainty. So they were actually seeing only local maxima. But once war erupted, they reached that local maxima, and they were able to see what might be the global maxima. Okay, so here they were not sure if war will happen or not. Okay, and if war started, then they might start thinking that, okay, what might happen. Okay, so this is the war. Okay, so they were able to realize that yes, local maxima is actually the global maxima, and they were sure. So you can see this crater was created by the uncertainty. So the biggest challenge for all of us is to deal with uncertainty. Now, interestingly, when we realize this uncertainty affects our daily life, and not only ours, our nation. So nations which are able to see only local maxima, or the people there are able to see only local maxima, they are undeveloped. Okay, nations which are able to see global maxima, they are developing, and nations which are able to see global minima, they are developed. Okay, so you can easily see how information is playing its role. Okay, now I can explain it a bit further. So if What do you mean by local maxima, local minima here, or knowing all these? Okay, that is uncertainty. So if there is more uncertainty, okay, you will take very short term decisions. Okay, and if there is stability, then you will take long term decisions. Okay, so certainty means, okay, here, or uncertainty means if you know what might happen tomorrow or day after tomorrow, okay, then you can take decision today correctly. But if you are unsure what might happen after 2 days, after 3 days, then you might not take firm decisions, and that is the problem. Okay, so for example, government institutions or government, if government is changing quite frequently, then you can understand that, yes, I don't know if I should invest here or not. If government changes, their policies might change. Okay, then my investment might be in vain, or it might not give me expected return. But if you know there is a stability, or even if government changes, the other government will keep these policies, then you will invest, and you might expect the same return which you actually planned at the beginning. Okay, so you will be more confident in investing. Now, we can understand it in another way. Okay, the famous algorithm, again, okay, this is greedy algorithm, but a type of that, okay, famous problem called traveling salesman problem. I'm sure you all are aware about traveling salesman problem. That's why you are here. So there is a traveler who needs to travel 6 cities. Okay, so he is in one of these cities. Okay, and now remaining 5 cities he needs to travel. If he's sure, okay, by seeing Google Map and everything, okay, or okay, when he started his journey, he is not sure what is the distance about where distance from this city to all other cities. Okay, what is the distance between other cities, and what are the routes, what are the mode of transport available between these cities, what might be the weather, all these things, then he might take a greedy approach, means will visit the nearest city first. So nearest first approach he will follow. So you can see, okay, he will go to this city, then nearest one is this one, so this city, the nearest one is this one, this city, then he cannot go these 2 cities because he has already been there, so this city, okay, or maybe this city, okay, then this city. So you can see here he is traveling like this, which is quite zigzag. But if he's sure about that using Google Map and everything, and he plans before starting his journey, then he will travel like this. Okay, so you can easily understand. In first case, he is traveling far more than the second case, but the outcome is both are traveling the same number of cities. Okay, but in the first case, number the time and, okay, how long he has traveled is far more than the second one, so he's using far more resources, okay, far more time. Okay, so this is not an optimal utilization of resources. So you can easily understand, if there are two salesmen, okay, so the first salesman will not be able to get that much progress than the second one. He can easily travel even more cities in the same time the first salesman is traveling. So you can understand the growth will be in the second case. The same is happening with nations or people and everyone. Okay, so this is just one example. Okay, there are many other biases affecting our decisions or our perception. Okay, and these are somehow greedy approach we take in that case because of our biases. Okay, which might not be optimal. So you remember during COVID-19, people started saying, okay, or opposing mask, opposing vaccine, and all these things. Or some people even started thinking the world gonna end, so we have to say last goodbye to our family, and they started just running towards their family without realizing they are actually spreading COVID with them, because they just by moving one place to another place, they cannot get out of COVID. Okay, so if they are already infected, they can easily spread to others. Okay, so, there are many other biases. Okay, like confirmation wise, you want to have a confirmation from others before making a decision, anchoring bias, bandwagon effect, halo effect, availability bias. Okay, so there are many more. Okay, I'm not reading these all. Okay, so you can easily see how many biases are there. So how biased our decisions might be if we make our decisions based on our perception. So these are reflecting our perception. Okay, I can give you another example of perception. So there is a road, okay, where there are some, I don't know, um, accidents rate is there. For example, okay, one out of 100,000 cars are getting accident. Okay, now if you are traveling to that road and you saw a car getting accident, you started avoiding that road and you might start thinking that this is a very accident prone road. Okay, although the actuality or reality is different. Okay, similarly, if there is a road which is highly accident prone, okay, for example, one out of every 10 cars are getting accident, and you are a lucky fellow who is not getting accident two times, three times, and didn't see anyone getting accident, you might start thinking this is the safest road in the world because I didn't get any accident. But statistics might play its role. So, you know, that might still affect you badly. Okay. So, just before continuing, I want to confirm, are you able to hear me?
Yes,
Hello.
sir.
Yes, yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, because sometimes this network is a bit less reliable. Okay. So, our economy is even more complex system. Okay. Why? Because there are various minds, and not only minds, even nature is playing its role. Okay, so everything is interacting with each other, and we need lot of information to play with that. Okay, to predict what might happen in economics tomorrow, day after tomorrow, to make the right policies. Okay, to make the right investment. Okay, so simple example: more demand than supply, more profit. Okay, more profit means market will become more attractive. If market is more attractive, it will attract more players. More players will be there, they will start producing far more than required, so more than demand, so more supply than demand. It will Market will crash because there will be less buyer than the items available, so less price, less profit, and even some will leave the market with losses. Okay, and if they are not there, then again more demand than supply. So you can easily see you started investing because there was more demand than supply, and it is quite possible, okay, one might leave the market with losses. Okay, so this is a cycle. Okay, similarly, our healthcare system. Okay, obviously it is funded by economy. So there are two types of healthcare systems. One is public and another is private. Private healthcare system, patients want cheap healthcare, some the best luxurious healthcare because they can afford, so they will spend a lot. And health providers want maximum profit, that's why they are there. Maximum profit means maximum hospital visits or maximum stay in hospital. So for maximum hospital visits, they will discharge you early so that there might be a need for readmission, or they might unnecessarily keep you at the hospital, or they might slow down your recovery for more profit. Okay. Now you might say this is very bad. Yes, this is bad, but you can see another scenario. Like earlier I told, if hospitals are not making profit, will they run these hospitals? If they are not running these hospitals, they are closing down their hospitals. That might be even worse. You might realize. So what might be the solution here? Is there any optimum solution? Maybe you might say healthcare systems like we have in Malta, we have in the UK or Canada, or in India. Yes, in parallel, we have government hospitals. Okay. So, in public hospitals, I think everyone will get the same healthcare. Health providers want minimum cost, because they are funded by public spendings or taxpayers. Okay, so minimum cost means limited resources, least duration in hospital, minimum admissions. Okay, so minimum admissions means there will be waiting list. So people will need to wait. Okay, for their turn to be seen by a doctor or to get admitted to the hospital. Okay, so that might be a problem. Okay, now if patients are getting discharged early, okay, because we don't want to block beds, there might be a longer waiting list. Okay, and that might be again a problem. So that might start poor healthcare. Okay, many patients might die while waiting for their turn to be seen by a doctor. Okay, or getting admitted to the hospital. Okay, so public outcry will be there, and to deal with that, there might be preferences. Okay, so whoever needs urgent care might get preference, or I don't know, they might be preference who is able to pay more, or who is higher in the hierarchy, for example, minister or all these social hierarchy. Okay, so everyone will not get same healthcare. Okay, this is preference system sometimes might be helpful when there are no way to treat have resources for everyone. So we have to decide who should utilize these resources. Okay. So in other words, this preference is called corruption, and that might be a big problem. So how to deal with that? We need more resources, which might incur more cost. Okay. It might be short waiting list at the beginning. Okay. Patient might stay long at the hospital because there is no hurry to discharge, and there will be minimum readmissions. But more patients it can satisfy. Okay. This might result in underutilization of resources. There might be even misuse of resources. Okay. It might further go to more cost. Okay. And maybe it might start building waiting list. Okay. So what can be the best thing? Okay, to have a optimum waiting time. Okay, so how to calculate that optimum waiting time? Okay, optimum hospital stay and minimum readmissions. Okay, or optimum number of patients we can admit to the hospital, and optimum utilization. Okay, minimum misuse. Okay, optimum cost. Also some waiting list. Waiting list might help to deal with those patients who do not actually need medical attention, but they are just there because there is no waiting list. For example, a very popular term in the UK and the US is called care holidays. So when a patient is being taken care by someone and that person needs some break from that care, then they try to send that patient to the hospital. Okay, although this is not a medical issue at that time, but still, because the carer needs some break, so he used to, or she might send the patient to the hospital. Now hospital will not admit that patient if he or she is not having any medical issue, so they might artificially generate some health issues, and sometimes these might be fatal. So that might be a problem. So to deal with all these, we need proper planning, continuously adding resources if population dynamics is changing or population is increasing, and we have to do resource requirement forecasting, admission rate estimation, and length of stay estimation. Okay. So this is one challenge we have to deal, but there are many other global health challenges, for example, which are needing more and more health resources. So obesity and chronic diseases, okay, aging and ever increasing health resource requirements, drug resistance, hospital acquired infections, and medical errors. They are responsible for large number of avoidable casualties. Even some are saying if we stop all hospitals, we might be on a better situation, but we do not have any statistics, so we don't support that. Okay. And global warming and pollution. Okay. So you can see even today it was published in Delhi and Gurgaon. Okay. Pollution is reducing up to 50 years of residents' life. Okay, or life expectancy. So it's a big challenge. Then even bigger challenge is health inequality and healthcare finance. COVID-19 has already proved, and also before that Ebola. Okay, that you are healthy only if someone in Africa or in China is healthy. If the lady who got the first COVID-19 infection is not healthy, can infect you, even if you are far from that lady. Okay, or someone who got Ebola might infect you, even if you are very far. Okay, so it doesn't know the social boundaries. Diseases, no, they don't know social boundaries, nation boundaries, all types of boundaries are not there. So to deal with that, we have to ensure everyone is getting healthcare. So for that, we need healthcare finance system. Today's healthcare finance systems are not supporting that. Another challenge, well, COVID-19 like infectious and genetic diseases and viruses. One more domain is coming, and which is actually far more fatal than COVID-19 is stress and sleep apnea, which is responsible for large number of casualties as well as many other diseases like hypertension, diabetes, okay, stroke, all these, okay, heart disease. And finally, a related is relationship and social health. So your relationship decides how healthy you might remain. Okay. So if you have a good relationship, you might remain better health. If your relationship is not as good as expected, it might affect your health badly. So you need to deal with this issue of relationship. Okay? So fortunately, these or unfortunately, these might be affecting all aspect of our life. Okay, so this is not, these are not just medical problems, these are social problems, political, cultural, okay, community problems, communication, transportation problem, management problem, supply chain problem. Okay, it affects all walk of our life, so we cannot solve these problems just by medicine. Okay, so fortunately, okay, so we will uh, work on this complex system, and if we understand or uncover the complex relationship between various factors, then we can better deal with, so we can easily see how complex this is. Fortunately, we have technologies to deal with and to analyze complex systems, so extended health intelligence, okay, so artificial intelligence, machine learning, okay, predictive and prescriptive analytics, and digital twin sensors, okay. So, and smart wearable, cyber, satellite sensors, okay, wireless sensors, networks and IoTs, okay, 5G and 6G, okay, so cloud computing, telemedicine, okay, mobile health, okay, robotics, so computer vision and natural language processing, gene editing, genomics, epigenomics, proteomics, and metabolomics, okay. So, for all these, what we need is economic growth and globalization. So we can work on extended health intelligence to deal with the complex health system related to healthcare and economy. So what is human intelligence? First, we collect knowledge, which is limited and manual and might be incorrect. Then process that knowledge. Again, we have a limited capacity and this knowledge might be biased. And then we take action based on that, and with these actions we get feedback, and from that feedback we learn. Okay, so learning might happen and we take intelligent decisions again and again. Okay, but these are limited, we cannot take infinite number of actions. While with extended health intelligence or extended intelligence, sorry, okay, we can have knowledge collection which might be unlimited. We can just copy data from one source to another source. Okay, we can have large number of sensors collecting that data. Okay, and it might be automated, and we can ensure that data is correct. Okay, then we can have a technology to process or unlimited, like we can use as many processors as we want. Okay, so unlimited capacity of processing that, and we can ensure that processing is unbiased, and we can simulate infinite number of decisions. Okay, so that we can learn from them, we can get feedback quickly and learn, or we can apply reinforcement learning to correct these decisions in the future. Okay, so you can easily see that extended health intelligence can help you to ensure correct decisions every time. Okay, and for that we can utilize extended health intelligence with the digital twin. Digital twin is making digital copy of any physical object or even human. Okay, so it can help us to ensure bed availability, estimate waiting time, to have healthcare professionals available, analyzing climate change impact on public health, minimize the disease risk, assist correct diagnosis, take care of your health, better capacity planning, have discharge planning, okay, optimum resource utilization and management. So deal with all the issues we have already discussed to understand weather impact on disease spread, to predict health system, to make public health policies, alert public. Okay, so what is digital twin, which is so promising? Okay, or digital health twin. Okay, so it combines predictive analytics, prescriptive analytics, and decision making. So we will see. So predictive analysis. Okay, so in predictive analysis, you take all the data and predict the health issues which might arise, or diseases, okay, or your health risk. While so for that you might take all type of data, for example genetic makeup, genomic profile, present health status or phenotype, okay, so metabolomic and proteomic, environmental factors like weather, pollution, geography, your diet, medicine, sleep habits, lifestyle habits, stress, activities, exercise and therapy, relationships, social and economical status. Okay, by combining all these, we try to predict health risk. Okay, once we predict that health risk, we can prescribe to prevent these health risks, or to minimize these health risks, or to manage them. Okay, by controlling environmental factors like weather, pollution, geography, diets, medicine, sleep, stress, lifestyle changes, exercise, therapy, medical tests, investigations, treatment, surgery, gene editing, precautions you have to take, or continuous monitoring one need to take. If we cannot avoid that disease, then we can treat that by monitoring promptly, analyzing. Okay, for example early diagnosis, okay, of a disease can help you to better treat that. Okay, so in digital health twin, what we do a digital representation of human physiology built on computer models, in which data relating to both the individual and the population are introduced, and the use of digital twins in healthcare is revolutionized clinical processes. Okay, so you can see. Okay, it can also help in hospital management by enhancing medical care with digital tracking and advancing modeling of the human body. And in the future, on which we are working, may also help physicians optimize the performance of patient-specific treatment plans. So it can help in all these. Okay. It uses all type of data, whatever available, okay, to predict and prescribe, as well as it will simulate various scenarios and find out the best scenario. For example, it can simulate if we give all possible types of medicine, which might work the best. Okay, it can simulate if we give all types of therapy, or if we should give medicine or therapy or some other intervention. Okay, so we can simulate and find out the best one, prescribe that to the patient accordingly. Okay, so it can predict health status, disease risk, recognize unexpected health changes, identify factors affecting health, determine the most affecting treatment, therapy, behavioral interventions, dietary interventions. Okay, improve patient monitoring. It can also help in disease warning. It can help in patient education, improving physician patient relationship, predicting resource requirements, ensuring resource availability, focusing on prevention. Okay, so instead of cure, it will minimize the need of healthcare resources. It will reduce hospital visits, facilitating effective telemedicine. Okay, medicine as an open loop system, so where you are not only treated when you are having disease, but you are given all type of prescriptions to avoid all types of diseases. Okay, and you can develop better knowledge every time you get more data. Okay, so better personalized medicine, reducing medical errors, controlling drug resistance, controlling hospital acquired infection, reducing insurance premium, developing and sharing patient life log, promptly recognizing and containing infectious disease outbreaks, so it might not become pandemic. Okay, so one example of such a type of digital twin we have used is satellite for health project. Okay, so this is 150,000 euro project. Okay, funded by Space Research Fund 2021 in collaboration with European Space Agency. Okay, so the aim of this project is to implement. Okay, so this is part of a large project which is called Digital Twin of Earth. Okay, so they are making digital copy or representation of Earth to better understand all the activities happening on Earth. So implement Earth observation into the creation of a digital twin of Earth, a dynamic digital replica of our planet which accurately mimics Earth's behavior. Okay, so these are objectives of that digital twin of Earth project. Okay, so we can see in more detail this.
Our Mother Earth, the only planet.
Before that, are you able to hear the sound of that video? Hello,
No, sir. No, sir.
are you able to hear the sound of the video
No, sir.
In the solar system.
now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that's good. Thank you.
Our Mother Earth, the only planet in the solar system, accommodates many species, including us. Complex life on Mother Earth requires stable conditions to flourish. But due to the access-human interface on Earth geology and ecology, many global problems are introduced like global warming, rising sea level, forest erosion, and many more. As a result, life on Earth experiencing instability. Health Organization discovered that 3 million deaths a year are caused by air pollution and is recognized as a contributing factor in the onset of heart disease and cancer. Along with the air pollutants, we must consider other environmental factors like temperature, humidity. Air temperature affects air movement, and thus the movement of air pollution. Because energy from the sun is absorbed by the Earth's surface, air near the ground is warmer than air that is further up in the troposphere. Warmer, lighter air at the surface rises, and the cooler, heavier air in the upper troposphere sinks. This is known as convection, and it moves from the ground to higher altitudes. In the case of humidity, it is a combination of dry air and water vapor. The degree of combination of this duo ultimately determines how hot or cold the temperature is. This scenario comes alive when we feel intense body heat and skin irritation or shivering uncontrollably. High humidity increases the rate of harmful or toxic chemicals in the air. It also causes dust mites in our homes, dampening air quality. Bacterial and viral organisms that cause respiratory infections thrive due to high and low humidity. Low humidity also causes airborne germs. This entire scenario leads to critical situations which are not only harmful to humans but also to other species. We need to find a solution that stabilizes the conditions and leads us towards a better world that everyone deserves. The Digital Twin of Earth project is among the promising technologies that will provide the solution to save our Mother Earth. Suppose we succeed in implementing fusion of digital twin of Earth and digital twin technology in healthcare. In that case, it will highlight the effect of the Earth's changing environment on particular human replicas. We can digitally create an Earth-like climate to examine its internal and external impact on the human body with the existing health conditions. GIS can be used to explore collating open data to develop a digital twin of city air quality to inform public understanding of health issues, find ways to improve air quality, and move towards a healthy breathing city. We will be showcasing the impact of rapidly integrating multiple open data sources into an interactive digital twin using our cloud-based real-time simulation platform. In other words, healthcare scientists can tackle what-if scenarios without affecting the safety of individuals. The information that this project will generate, not to mention the insights that it will reveal, could drastically improve society's understanding of the challenges and risks of air pollution. More importantly, we will present multiple ways for reducing air pollution and allow cities to understand the importance of green energy, sustainable transport, e-waste management, e-mobility, and vegetation management. Moreover, every government needs to assess the air quality targets which are allocated to cities on an annual basis. Little initiatives will make a huge difference for our future generations. We urge you, let's work together to make our Mother Earth livable and beautiful. After all, it's incredible in the universe. Our Mother Earth.
Okay, so part of the digital twin of Earth project, we have this project Satellite for Health.
Have you ever experienced a changing weather effect on your health? The answer is not that much simple. Changing weather can have a long-time adverse effect on human body. We proposed Destination Earth project that intends to identification of primary climatic factors influencing public health, characterizing the impact of weather factors on the hospital admissions and patient length of stay, modeling correlation between the satellite imagery and weather stations data, develop a public prototype satellite-based health monitoring and resource requirement forecasting tools. Sentinel-3, Terra, Aqua and EUMETSAT satellites will collect land surface temperature while health data was collected from DHIR. A novel holistic approach is developed to process the datasets and forecasting. We are expecting a novel tool that can predict the hospital admission rate and patient length of stay by considering weather factors. This project not only discloses the crucial effects of weathers on health but also help us to improve our health facilities. Have you ever...
So, these are objectives of our project, which we have already discussed in the video. Okay, and these are data sources. Okay, so 3 satellites are mainly we are using. Okay, Sentinel 5P actually. Okay, and then we are collecting ground station data so that we can see the relationship between weather collected from ground station and satellite data. Okay, and hospital data we are collecting from Mater Dei Hospital. The beauty of that is we are having data of whole nation. Okay, so every patient admitted to the hospital, we can have that data so we can better model the system. Okay, these are various techniques we are using. Okay, so for image analysis, okay, we are using wavelet transform, SVD, SVM, and ELM, deep learning, and random forest. Okay, time series analysis, and then we are using prognostication and regression, using tensor decomposition, Bayesian probabilistic matrix factorization, phase type survival trees, and many other models. Okay, and these are programming tools: MATLAB, R, C, C++, Python, and some statistical tools we are using. So these are some initial results. You can see here we can clearly see maximum variability between yesterday's average temperature and today's average temperature. It's the most prominent factor affecting our health or admission to the hospital. If the temperature sorry, maximum variability is between 1 degree to 2 degrees centigrade, then maximum temperature is also affecting our health. So that's why, you have many admissions and casualties when there is heat wave. Similarly, it also affects length of stay, so how long a patient will stay in the hospital. Maximum temperature affects a lot. Okay, and then average temperature affects it when maximum temperature is more than 21 degree centigrade. Okay, and when the average temperature is between 21 to 30 degrees centigrade, then minimum temperature also affects our length of stay in the hospital. So yes, these are other. Now, I think I can conclude here. Yes, before that, just I can give an idea of some other projects we are working. I think we have few more minutes. So one is anonymity preserving IoT based contact tracing model. Okay, so this is not using your mobile phone. This is just using RFID. Um, so RFID is very small printable RFID we have used, so we can easily print and we can affix like a tag to anything. Okay, and we will have RFID readers installed, so we can trace not only human movement but any movement. Okay, animal or objects or vehicles. Okay, and it can also flag a probable um, patient or spread of disease. It can also find out where there might be a hot spot for disease spread and where it is safe to go for shopping and all these things. It can also help you to create a disease spread network. So how disease is spreading. So understand better human connectivity model, similar other infection spread network, develop public policies to control the spread of COVID-19 and finding super spreader hotspots and responsible behavior. So these are model. Okay, then we have some other projects. Okay, like um, healthcare self-service kiosks where anyone can go and get some health results. Okay, so then um, here we are developing various models. So not only the weather but many other factors affecting human health. Okay, so I'm not going in detail. Okay, this is a very interesting application we recently developed where one can make a decision if there is some health emergency, what he or she should do. For example, someone is having chest pain. Should he go to the doctor, local clinic, or to the hospital? Which hospital he or she should go? Call an ambulance or going by his own vehicle. Okay, so what should be done in a particular health scenario? Okay, and this is when data is having some missing values, we can emulate these missing values. Sorry, impute these missing values. Okay, okay, and this is a decision support system for hospitals. By analyzing historical data, they can um, predict about the new patients, and this is about the spread of HIV disease we are modeling and how the patient will progress or how the patient will respond to antiretroviral therapy. There are many other projects. Okay, so I think time is up, so I'm not discussing these in more detail sometime later. Okay, but I'm here for questions if you have any. Thank you very much indeed for your attention and time. Any question? Hello?
No, sir. Thank you.
So there is no question? So once again, thank you very much indeed for your time and attention. These are the most precious thing in this world after life. You know. So, okay, thank you once again and all the very best.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
So
Participants, do you have any queries?
Sir, I have one question.
yes,
Like, how AI is going to be affect or improve the disease predictions in future? Like, in what
well,
are the various
very
applications? Like we
yes.
have
So
chatbots like that. What are the major technology helps to improve the healthcare system?
okay, so thank you very much indeed. A very interesting question, very demanding. So we have already seen COVID-19. Were we able to predict that? Or even if we were able to predict that, were we able to rely on these predictions? Did we take action against our COVID-19 well ahead? Okay. These are the questions. And during COVID-19 period, okay, when there was a outbreak and lockdown and everything, scientists were trying their best to avoid or prevent such outbreaks in the future. So yes, but as I told you at the beginning, we need financial models to support all these. Okay, if we do not have sufficient finance to support these, then all these things will be useless. Okay, I can give you an example, very simple example. If hospitals are not earning well, doctors are not earning well, no parent will send their children to, or no one would like to go for a medical degree. You can understand the scenario. Okay, the similarly, if our models are reducing cost and we are not having other means of generating revenue, then these models will not help. That's the biggest challenge we have to deal with. Okay, AI can predict everything almost accurately. So what if we are not able to use these predictions? That's the challenge. Okay. If you are saying chatbot, yes, they are helping. If you are saying, oh, the simple thing is, why can't we just go through someone's profile and can predict everything like social media you are using a lot? By social media, we are working on another project. There we can analyze social media data to predict your disease prevalence in the future. Okay, so psychological and other diseases. Okay. Similarly, we can use your face recognition, your videos, okay, your DP. So many things we can use, and then for public health or population health, we can use other type of data and we can predict. But yes, just prediction is not sufficient. We have to take action. And are
Sir,
we ready to take actions?
one more question.
Yes.
Like implants in body, as you said, like
Yes.
RFID.
Yes.
Like somewhere read that like some clubs in advanced countries are using implants in body.
Yes.
Similarly, for the heart, for example, any weak heart, we have any to regulate the heart
Yes.
now using one kind of technology like where the implants in heart also. Like, is these implants are suggestible for a medical field, or there is definitely there is a side effects are there? How these implants will be going to be affect the human body?
So again, a very interesting question. So through digital twin, we can understand how that implant will respond, what might be various possibilities, how to deal with these, the worst case scenario, the best case scenario, the average case scenario, and then we can assess the risk and benefits, and we can do the plant accordingly. If we need some other things to make it acceptable by the body, then we will do accordingly, because we have all data about a particular human being. So it is not like the one solution fits everyone. We can customize that solution. So your body is different than mine, so it can find out what might be the best transplant. Okay, or we can also generate artificial transplants like using 3D technique. Okay, so there are various ways, and to ensure these transplants will work the best way. But at the same time, again, we have to see if financially these models are viable. Simple example is stem cell research. Many countries have banned stem cell research just because it is not financially helpful to the economy.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your informative keynote. We learned a lot. Thank you very much, sir.
Pleasure.
Future.
Thank you. Okay, all the very best, and feel free to contact me whenever you have a question or you want to work with me. Once again, all the very best. Bye bye.
Thanks. So, sir, okay, sir. Sir, on behalf of yes, sir. On behalf of the organizing committee and all the interviews of 19th Press Conference of Medical Sciences, ICCM 2023, I'd like to extend our heartfelt gratitude for your excellent business vision and intelligence to the staff at the and institutes. Expected insights provided a profound perspective on the conversation of technology and healthcare, and it left a lasting impression on all of us, sir. Your talk was not only informative but also inspiring. It opened minds to the incredible possibilities that lie ahead and realm of intelligence. Your ability to commendable. We deeply appreciate the time and effort of invested in preparing delivering this presentation, the willingness to share the knowledge, engage in discussions, and which our conference and contributed significance to its success. The discussions and ideas sparked by this will undoubtedly continue to influence our work long after the conference concludes. Your contribution to the field of healthcare and technology is valuable, and we are honored to have had you as our keynote speaker. Once again, thank you for your outstanding presentation being an integral part of ICCM 2023. We hope to have the privilege of a welcome you again in the future for further collaboration and knowledge sharing. Sir, thank you very much. Thank you once again. And request all the participants please don't just fill the feedback form to. It is mandatory to receive the participation certificates and to mark your attendance also. Thank you once again, and we'll catch you again at 11:45 for the second 11:35 for the next keynote session. Thank you.
Mr. Chaturvedi. నిన్న పెట్టండి, ఈరోజు పెట్టండి. ఈరోజు ఏం చెప్పాలని చెప్పేసి నిన్న ఆ టైటిల్ ఈరోజు పెట్టండి. అంటే మీరు చెప్పాల్సిన దానికంటే ఈరోజు ఏ పేపర్ చెప్పాలి ఆ పేపర్ చెప్పండి. టైటిల్ మటుకు అది నాకు స్క్రీన్ షాట్ పెట్టండి. కొంచెం ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయండి. నేను యాక్చువల్గా ఏంటంటే నాకు పవర్ లేదు, కొంతవరకు కొంతవరే విన్నాను. కొంతమంది నేను కాలేజ్ వచ్చి నెట్ అది యూస్ చేయాల్సి వస్తుంది. ఈరోజు వింటాను పూర్తిగా. ఎలా ఉంది నిన్న? అదే కీనోట్ బాగానే ఉందా? ఈరోజు ఎలా ఉంది అట్లా పేరు చెప్తానండి. ఎవరు గాంధీయన్ వేదాంత్ అక్కడ ఏం చెప్పాడు అసలు కీనోట్ ఏం చేస్తా అర్థం కాదు. శివరంజని మేడం కూడా అదే